All right, this is the joint decision. UFC 320 full card predictions and breakdown. We're rolling through every fight on this card. Early prelims, prelims main card. If it goes off on Google Translate, I'm on it. We'll break down the matchups, look at the odds, and see what the fighters have been up to heading into this weekend. Then I'll give you my picks, some quick reasoning, and maybe even a baked take or two. It's all about figuring out who's going to spark up the octagon and who's burning my parlays. So grab a drink, roll one up, and let's get into it. Veronica Hardy versus Brogan Walker. Veronica Hardy is 29-5-4 with a record of 9-5. She won a split decision over Jamie Lynn Horth in 2023, won a unanimous decision over J.J. Aldrich in 2024, but lost one to Eduardo Moura later that year. Brogan Walker is 36-5-4 with a record of 7-4. She choked out Emily King via rear naked choke in 2021 on Invicta FC, but then lost both of her UFC fights after that, getting sparked out by Juliana Miller via ground and pound in 2022 and losing a unanimous decision to Yasmin Lucindo in 2023. The odds have Hardy as the -600 favourite, leaving Walker as a +400 underdog. 98% of Topology are backing Hardy too, with 94% thinking it goes the distance. It's worth mentioning Walker made it to the Ultimate Fighter Season 30 final but was finished by Miller. Also, during his current suspension, Sean Strickland has been helping coach Hardy, who is training at Extreme Couture in Las Vegas. Both fighters usually go the distance. Walker has a single submission finish and Hardy has two, but she also has a single knockout finish too. So either way, I believe this fight is going to go the distance. Maybe Hardy gets another submission, but she hasn't gotten one since 2019 against Poliana Viana, so I doubt it. Personally, I think it's clear why Walker is the big underdog here. She's the older and somehow less experienced fighter, less likely to get a finish, hasn't fought since 2023, and lost both her UFC fights. I don't think she's going to hold up against Hardy. To the point, I'm thinking she gets finished. Not enough to back it confidently, though, so my official pick is Hardy moneyline. Ramiz Brahimaj versus Austin Vanderford. Ramiz Brahimaj is 32-5-10 with a record of 12-5. He lost a unanimous decision to Themba Garimbo, but after this he sparked out Mickey Gall via right hook in 2024, and more recently he choked out Billy Ray Goff via guillotine in May 2025. Austin Vanderford is 35-5-11 with a record of 13-2. He was sparked out by Aaron Jeffrey via strikes on Bellator in 2022, but sparked out Victor Romero via strikes on LFA in 2024, and sparked out Nikolai Veretennikov via ground and pound in February 2025 in his UFC debut. The odds have Brahimaj as the +200 underdog, leaving Vanderford as the -250 favourite. 64% of Topology are backing Vanderford, with 79% thinking it goes the distance. Whenever Brahimaj has gone the distance, he has lost. With 11 submissions and a knockout win, he has only been finished once, by knockout. Vanderford is quite the opposite. He has won every fight that's gone the distance, 5 times to be exact. He has 3 submissions and 5 knockouts, only losing twice, both by knockout. So I think this goes one of 2 ways. Either Vanderford plays it safe and drags it out, giving Brahimaj his 5th decision loss, or he goes for the finish, most likely keeping it on the feet, hunting a knockout. But if he, or Brahimaj, get it to the floor, I expect Brahimaj to get his 12th submission win, and likely to get it early on. The odds and Topology seem to believe it's going to go the distance, but I'm not so sure. I'm not completely confident, but my official pick is Brahimaj by submission. Punahele Soriano versus Nikolai Veretennikov. Punahele Soriano is 32-5-11 with a record of 11-4. He was choked out by Dustin Stoltzfus in 2023, but won a unanimous decision over Miguel Baiza in 2024 and sparked out Uros Medic via right hook to ground strikes in January 2025. Nikolai Veretennikov is 35-6-1 with a record of 13-6. He lost a split decision to Danny Barlow in 2024, was sparked out by Austin Vanderford via ground and pound in February 2025, but won a split decision over Francisco Prado in July 2025. The odds have Soriano as the -220 favourite, leaving Veretennikov as the +180 underdog. 89% of Topology are backing Soriano, with 78% predicting a knockout. Topology might be right here. I think we are getting a knockout. Soriano has 7 knockout wins and has been knocked out once, whereas Veretennikov has 9 and has been knocked out twice. Both have only been submitted once. Veretennikov has just 1 submission win, while Soriano has 2. Soriano also has 2 decision wins and 2 decision losses, with Veretennikov similarly having 3 decision wins and 3 decision losses. I don't think this gets past the 1.5 mark. Either way, someone's getting finished, and I'm confident it's by knockout. Each fighter could surprise us with a submission, or even the fight going the distance, but I doubt it. My official pick is Soriano by knockout. Patchy Mix versus Jakub Wikłacz. Patchy Mix is 32 and 5'11", with a record of 20-2. He choked out Sergio Pettis via rear naked choke in 2023, then won a split decision over Magomed Magomedov in 2024, both on Bellator. He then lost a unanimous decision to Mario Bautista in his June 2025 UFC debut. Jakub Wikłacz is 29 and 5'9", with a record of 16-3. He won a split decision over Sebastian Przybysz in 2022, won a unanimous decision over Zuriko Joyua in 2024, and choked out Sebastian Przybysz in 2024, all on KSW. The odds have Mix as the -250 favourite, leaving Wikłacz as the +200 underdog. 80% of Topology are backing Mix, with 68% thinking it goes the distance. Mix is a submissionist, with 13 submission wins and only 2 knockouts. The rest of his wins are 5 decisions, and he has only lost twice, both by decision. On the contrary, Wikłacz has never lost by decision, winning all 6 times it's gone the distance. He too is something of a submissionist, with 10 wins and only 1 submission loss. He has never gotten a knockout, though he has been knocked out twice. So both fighters are expected to be submission hunting here, but usually that cancels itself out, so it comes down to the striking. Clearly, Mix is the better choice here, with actual knockout wins. Although those came against Bellator cans, Wikłacz himself is a KSW fighter making his debut. I doubt Mix gets the finish here. I think it goes the distance, and he ends up being the busier fighter. But honestly, if Mix can't even get the finish here, what is he doing in the UFC? Anyway, my official pick is Mix by decision. Macy Chiasson versus Yana Santos. Macy Chiasson is 34 and 5'11", with a record of 10-4. She choked out Pani Kianzad via rear naked choke. Then she stopped Mayra Bueno Silva via doctor stoppage in 2024, but lost a unanimous decision to Ketlin Vieira in May 2025. Yana Santos is 35 and 5'6", with a record of 16-8. She lost a split decision to Carol Rosa in 2023, won a unanimous decision over Chelsea Chandler in 2024, and won one over Misha Tate in 2025. The odds have Chiasson as the -225 favourite, leaving Santos as the +185 underdog. 90% of Topology are backing Chiasson, with 93% thinking it goes the distance. Chiasson has 6 finishes split even between knockout wins and submission wins, only being finished twice, again split evenly. She also has 2 decision losses and 4 decision wins, whereas Santos has double, 8 decision wins, only losing 3 times to the cards. She's been submitted twice and knocked out 3 times, but she's gotten a submission win and 7 knockout wins. I think Santos' best chance here is taking the decision with the more experience in going the distance. She's also more likely to get the knockout, but I don't think that's going to be the case here. I doubt she wins on the cards, and I just don't believe she's going to be the third to finish Chiasson. So my official pick is Chiasson by decision. Daniel Santos versus Jusang Yu. Daniel Santos is 30 and 5'7", with a record of 12-2. He sparked out John Castaneda via knee in 2022, won a unanimous decision over Johnny Munoz Jr. in 2023, and won one over Zhong Yong Lee in May 2025. Jusang Yu is 31 and 5'7", with a record of 9-0. He won a unanimous decision over Reynaldo Exon and sparked out Masuto Kawana via punches, both in 2024 on ZFN. He sparked out Jeka Saragi via counter left hook in his June 2025 UFC debut. The odds have Santos as the -135 favourite, leaving Yu as the +110 underdog. 76% of Topology are backing you, with 75% predicting a knockout. Only 2 losses here, they belong to Santos and are both decision losses. Other than that, he has 5 decision wins, 2 submissions and 5 knockouts. Yu has 4 knockouts, all in the first round, 4 decisions and 1 submission, remaining undefeated. Interesting matchup. The odds favour Santos, but the community favour Yu. I think Santos is more likely to get the decision win if it goes the distance, but if the fight ends, I do think it'll be Yu by knockout. I doubt he gets the submission here, but you never know. Either way, I back the community, and my official pick is Yu by knockout. Farid Basharat versus Chris Gutierrez. Farid Basharat is 28 and 5'8", with a record of 13-0. He choked out Clayton Rodriguez via arm triangle choke in 2023 and won unanimous decisions over Taylor Lapilus and Victor Hugo in 2024. Chris Gutierrez is 34 and 5'9", with a record of 22-5. He lost a unanimous decision to Yadong Song in 2023, won a unanimous decision over Kwang Lei in 2024, and more recently won a split decision over John Castaneda in April 2025. The odds have Basharat as the -400 favourite, leaving Gutierrez as the +300 underdog. 85% of Topology are backing Basharat, with 95% thinking it goes the distance, so Basharat has never lost. He has a single knockout win, and the remaining 12 are split even between submissions and decisions. On the flip side, Gutierrez has 9 total knockout wins, never being knocked out too. He has a submission win and a submission loss, but mostly wins by decision, with 12 of them going his way and 4 not. With double the decision wins, it seems Gutierrez would be the favourite to win on the cards, but I agree with Topology. If it goes the distance, I expect it to go to Basharat. If it's submission, I lean Basharat too. But when it comes to getting the knockout, I lean Gutierrez. There's a chance he gets the decision, but I don't think Basharat allows it. I think he either finds the submission or takes it on the cards, so my official pick is Basharat by decision. Edmund Shahbazian versus Andre Muniz. Edmund Shahbazian is 27 and 6'2", with a record of 15-5. He was choked out by Gerald Meerschaert via arm triangle choke in 2024, but then he sparked out Dylan Budka in February 2025 and won a unanimous decision over Andrei Petrosky in June 2025. Andre Muniz is 35 and 6'1", with a record of 24-7. He was sparked out by Paul Craig via ground and pound. Then he won a split decision over Jun Yong Park in 2023. More recently, he sparked out Ikram Aliskerov via left hook to ground punches in April 2025. The odds have Shahbazian as the -275 favourite, leaving Muniz as the +215 underdog. 92% of Topology are backing Shahbazian, with 80% predicting a knockout. Shahbazian has only got 1 submission win and 1 loss. He has won 2 out of 3 decisions and is heavy on the knockouts with 12-11 in the first round, only being knocked out 3 times himself. Whereas Muniz is submission heavy with 15 total, 13 in the first round, only being subbed once himself. He has won every fight that's gone the distance with 5 total and has 4 knockouts, but has been knocked out 6 times. So it comes down to knockouts versus submissions. If he can keep it on the feet, Shahbazian holds the advantage. But if it goes down to the ground, I lean Muniz. I think if Shahbazian can stick to his guns and come out dynamic, he gets another win, most likely a round 1 or 2 finish. However, if he fights safe, like the Petrosky win, which was still dominant being a unanimous decision, I think he could get caught up by Muniz and most likely submitted. But I don't think he will. I believe he comes out swinging, puts the pressure on Muniz, and gets a mid-fight finish late round 1 or round 2. Either way, my official pick is Shahbazian by knockout. Ateba Gautier versus Tristan Vines. Ateba Gautier is 23 and 6'4", with a record of 8-1. He sparked out Yura Naito via left hook to ground strikes on DWCS in 2024, sparked out Jose Medina via knee in his March 2025 UFC debut, and then sparked out Robert Valentin via punches in July 2025. Tristan Vines is 29 and 6 foot, with a record of 10-3. He sparked out Ratavius Thrasher via strikes, and then choked out Robert Hale via rear naked choke on NFC in 2024. More recently, he sparked out Ethan Hughes via strikes on AFC in August 2025. The odds have Gauthier as such a high favourite they don't exist, because surely it's free money at this point. 99% of Topology are backing Gauthier, with 99% predicting a knockout. I doubt there's a 1% that truly believes Vines is going to survive this fight. Gauthier comes in with a locked-in 7 knockouts, has never been finished, and has only gone the distance twice, losing once and winning once. Vines has gone the distance 3 times. However, he has won every one of them. He has a submission win and 6 knockouts, only losing 3 times, all by knockout. Feels fitting that the only way Vines loses is by knockout, and the UFC put him up for slaughter, placing him in front of the runaway train that is Gauthier, who is on a tear. It's very unlikely this small fry is going to stop him, and to make it harder, it's on much too short notice for a fight and fighter like this. Even if Vines is on a small tear himself, there's only one way we all see this ending. My official pick is Gauthier by knockout and in the first round. Joe PYFER versus Abus Magomedov. Joe PYFER is 29-6-2 with a record of 14-3. He lost a unanimous decision to Jack Hermanson, then sparked out Marc-André Barriault via overhand right in 2024. Then he won a unanimous decision over Kelvin Gastelum in June 2025. Abus Magomedov is 35-6-2 with a record of 28-6. He won a unanimous decision over Wally Alves, then choked out Bruno Ferreira via arm triangle choke in 2024. Then he won a unanimous decision over Michel Pereira in April 2025. The odds have PYFER as the -220 favourite, leaving Magomedov as the +180 underdog. 76% of Topology are backing PYFER, with 84% predicting a knockout. PYFER mostly has knockout wins, with 9 total, but has 3 submissions and 2 decision wins, only losing 3 times split evenly. Magomedov's 6 losses are split evenly too, with 2 decisions, 2 submissions and 2 knockout losses, but he has 14 knockouts, 7 submissions and 7 decision wins. So each fighter is just as likely to lose to each method, but both of them are more striking focused. PYFER has the power, but Magomedov has methods. I think he has more chance to work for a submission or even sneak in a ground and pound finish, but if they stay on the feet, I do think PYFER holds the advantage. If Magomedov plays it safe and works in the grappling, he could get the finish, but PYFER is tough, so it might even go the distance. I'm going to play it safe. My official pick is Magomedov moneyline. Josh Emmett versus Youssef Zalal. Josh Emmett is 40-5-6 with a record of 19-5. He lost a unanimous decision to Ilia Topuria, but then sparked out Bryce Mitchell via overhand right in 2023. He then lost a unanimous decision to Lerone Murphy in April 2025. Youssef Zalal is 29-5-10, with a record of 17-5. He choked out Jarno Errens via rear naked choke and then Jack Shaw via arm triangle choke, both in 2024. He then won a unanimous decision over Calvin Kattar in February 2025. The odds have Emmett as the +290 underdog, leaving Zalal as the -390 favourite. 83% of Topology are backing Zalal, with 87% thinking it goes the distance. Strange situation here. Zalal has 9 submissions, 4 knockouts, but has only lost by decision 5 times exactly, although he has won 4 times too. Emmett has most of his wins by decision with 10 wins and 3 losses, only being submitted and knocked out once, but he has 2 submission wins and 7 knockout finishes. So I feel like if it goes the distance, the stats tell us Emmett is most likely to win it, but with over a decade in age, I seriously doubt the older Emmett is going to outwork the younger Zalal. I doubt it even goes the distance, but if it does, I'd favour Zalal. I think he gets a finish. I'm not entirely sure if he can get the knockout, but I feel like the submission threat is definitely there. So I'm playing it relatively safe. My official pick is Zalal by submission or knockout. Jiri Prochazka versus Khalil Roundtree Jr. Jiri Prochazka is 32-6-3 with a record of 31-5. He sparked out Aleksandar Rakic via ground and pound, was sparked out by Alex Pereira via head kick in 2024, but he sparked out Jamahal Hill via ground and pound in January 2025. Khalil Roundtree Jr. is 35-6-1 with a record of 14-6. He sparked out Anthony Smith via uppercut hook combo in 2023, was sparked out by Alex Pereira via uppercuts in 2024, but won a unanimous decision over Jamahal Hill in June 2025. The odds have Procházka as the -185 favourite, leaving Roundtree as the +150 underdog. 82% of Topology are backing Procházka, with 82% predicting a knockout. Out of 37 fights, Jiri has won by knockout 27 times, 21 of which were in the first round. He also has 3 submissions and only gone the distance once, ever, and won. Otherwise, he has been submitted just once and knocked out 4 times, 2 of those courtesy of Pereira. Khalil, however, has only 9 knockouts and has been knocked out 3 times. Only been submitted once, but has gone the distance 7 times, winning 5 and losing twice. Khalil is gritty, he can endure the violence. Even holding up well against an onslaught from Pereira, but that did prevail, knocking him out. I see the same thing happening here. I think he puts up a good fight, but I don't see him giving Jiri a second full fight. He either catches Jiri during the fight like Pereira did, or he gets finished. I'm thinking a later finish, late round 2 or round 3, but with Jiri's dynamic start, I wouldn't be sure when it happens. Either way, my official pick is Procházka by knockout. Merab Dvalishvili versus Cory Sandhagen. Merab Dvalishvili is 34 and 5'6", with a record of 20 and 4. He won the bantamweight belt via unanimous decision over Sean O'Malley in 2024 and won 1 over Umar Nurmagomedov in January 2025, defending it. He then choked out Sean O'Malley via north-south choke in their rematch in June 2025. Cory Sandhagen is 33 and 5'11", with a record of 18 and 5. He won a unanimous decision over Rob Font in 2023, but lost one to Umar Nurmagomedov in 2024. More recently, he defeated Davison Figueiredo via knee injury in May 2025. The odds have Merab as the -380 favourite, with Sandhagen as the +300 underdog. 92% of Topology are backing Merab, with 86% thinking it goes the distance. We all know Merab is the decision machine, with 15 distance wins, but he has lost 3 of them too, and has been submitted once, but he has 2 submission wins and 3 knockouts, never being knocked out himself. Same goes for Sandhagen. He has never been knocked out, only been submitted once, and has only lost to the judges 4 times. But he has 8 knockouts, 3 submissions, and 7 decision wins. So I think Sandhagen is going to be a little bit tricky for Merab. Most people struggle with being taken down the way he repeatedly does, but Sandhagen is a slick grappler himself. I think he slips out of Merab's hands, so to speak, for the early half of the fight, but the machine is built different. I think he will out-stamina him. Sandhagen will get tired and Merab will dominate the later half of the fight. I just want to mention too that Sandhagen couldn't even beat Umar, who Merab dog-walked, so yeah, my official pick is Merab by decision. Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira. Magomed Ankalaev is 33 and 6'3", with a record of 21 and 1. He sparked out Johnny Walker via right hook uppercut and won a unanimous decision over Aleksandar Rakic in 2024. He also won a unanimous decision over Alex Pereira in March 2025 to win the light heavyweight belt. Alex Pereira is 38 and 6'4", with a record of 12 and 3. He sparked out Jiri Procházka via head kick and sparked out Khalil Roundtree Jr. via uppercuts in 2024. He then lost his light heavyweight belt via unanimous decision to Magomed Ankalaev in March 2025. The odds have Ankalaev as the -220 favourite, with Pereira as the +180 underdog. 64% of Topology are backing Ankalaev, with 65% thinking it goes the distance. Ankalaev gets a lot of hate for being a quote boring fighter, but he actually has more finishes than Pereira. Poatan has 10 knockouts, but Ank has 11. Okay, it's only by 1, and he does have 10 decision wins too, whereas Pereira has only gone the distance 3 times, losing that once to Ank. Both fighters have a submission loss, but neither have a submission win. It comes down to this. Can Alex find the knockout this time? Or is Ankalaev going to drag him the distance and win again? I doubt Ank is going to knock him out. The last 2 people he finished were Johnny Walker and Anthony Smith, but Pereira literally knocked out the GOAT Jiri twice. Now, does that mean he can do what he couldn't do last time? Honestly, I'm not sure. The vibe I'm getting in the lead up to this fight is nah. And being so on the fence, I gotta go with my gut here. So my official decision is Ankalaev by decision. So, that wraps up the joint decision for UFC 320. Quick recap. At the moment, we've only had a single cancelled fight on this card. Ozzy Diaz withdrew from his fight with Atiba Gauthier, leaving Treston Vines to fill in last minute. This week on the mic we've got lead play-by-play caller John Anik and colour commentary from Daniel Cormier and Joe Rogan. News: Magomed Ankalaev has revealed who he thinks his next opponent should be if he beats Pereira this Saturday. Explaining in his Media Day interview, when it comes down to Carlos Ulberg, obviously he's a very interesting guy. Anyway. TJ Dillashaw has Josh Emmett in the best shape of his life, making him puke 5 times during a grueling fight camp. Patchy Mix is determined to get revenge on Mario Bautista for spoiling his debut. Mix claims he wants this fight more than he wants a title fight, which I highly doubt. Given the option, he would choose it over a title shot. Jiri Prochaska explains why he does sprints while covers his mouth and nose, claiming this method as an oxygen advantage, sprinting 40 seconds without inhaling. Fight shorts. Despite asking fans if he should wear his custom shorts or wear his old yellow ones, Alex Pereira has a new pair of custom shorts, honouring his Brazilian Pataxo heritage with a leopard print that reflects his fearless identity. Alright, on to the bets. Here's where the money's at. Money lines: Veronica Hardy, Abus Magomedov. Decisions: Patchy Mix, Macy Chiasson, Farid Basharat, Merab Dvalishvili, Magomed Ankalaev. Knockouts: Punahele Soriano, Josang Yu, Edmund Shahbazian, Ateba Gauthier, Youssef Zalal, Jiri Prochaska. Submissions: Ramiz Brahimaj, Youssef Zalal. Bonus bets: Ateba Gauthier by knockout and in the first round. Macy Chiasson, Merab Dvalishvili and Magomed Ankalaev by decision. Feeling risky? Try the Dijon Savage Parlay. Veronica Hardy, Ramiz Brahimaj, Punahele Soriano, Patchy Mix, Macy Chiasson, Jusang Yu, Farid Basharat, Edmund Shahbazian, Ateba Gauthier, Abus Magomedov, Youssef Zalal, Jiri Prochaska, Merab Dvalishvili. Magomed Ankalaev. Or go all in with the ultimate Dijon Savage Parlay. Veronica Hardy moneyline, Ramiz Brahimaj by submission, Punahele Soriano by knockout, Patchy Mix by decision, Macy Chiasson by decision, Jusang Yu by knockout, Farid Basharat by decision, Edmund Shahbazian by knockout, Ateba Gauthier by knockout, and in the first round, Abus Magomedov moneyline, Youssef Zalal by submission or knockout, Jiri Prochaska by knockout, Merab Dvalishvili by decision, Magomed Ankalaev by decision. That's it for UFC 320 by joint decision.